So today, in the Anabolic Laboratory, we will be making homemade mozzarella sticks.
We are making anabolic mozzarella sticks. If you're telling me I can eat a full serving for 500 calories, count me in. Of course, we are reviewing Exercise for Cheat Meal, Nick's channel's anabolic mozzarella sticks. Guys, I only have one problem, and Nick's the man, but he called for 100 grams of breadcrumbs, which in my calculations 360 calories. Now what we're gonna need to do here, guys, I'm gonna need to bread all my mozzarella sticks, and then at the end I'm gonna subtract out what I didn't use. All right guys, we have our 3 dredging stations right here. I'm gonna try to not have a meltdown like I did with the anabolic McChicken. I think these will be easier because these are literally like already fully together. They don't fall apart like the chicken, although that was my fault. So we're gonna go flour, dry hand, egg, wet hand, breadcrumb, egg, and then breadcrumb again, and let's start dredging now. All right, so Nick said 2 at a time, so I'm taking 2 of these and just rolling them in the flour. My right hand's gonna be my dry hand. He said make sure you get the ends too. This is my wet hand, guys, and I'm gonna move this in and try to keep this hand dry. We're gonna use our wet hand and move these around. Make sure you get the ends. So if there's any dry flour, he was like, make sure you know, it should be completely wet. And then I'm gonna let like the egg drip off, and then I'm gonna put it in the breadcrumbs now. All right, so let's drop it in the breadcrumbs. So you wanna keep your dry hand dry and like sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top to keep this hand dry. So you wanna make sure to get the ends. And then we're doing a double here, guys. So this was my dry hand, I kept it dry. So that's dry. We're gonna take it and put it back in the egg. And then we're gonna switch back to the wet hand. And then this is the wet hand, we're putting it back in the breadcrumbs. All right, so that's the process of double dredging. So this is the wet hand, obviously, this hand stays dry. When you put the wet into here, then you just use this hand and put breadcrumbs on top so that this hand doesn't get wet. All right, then we're just gonna take a clean plate and put the finished product on the plate once it's done. Honestly, look really good so far. They look legit. So let me do that for the other 4, and then I'll get right back to you guys. All right, so here's the finished product, guys, and these look really good. I'm gonna throw it into the fridge. And like I thought, there's a lot of breadcrumbs left, so I'm gonna show you guys right now how I'm gonna subtract the calories out, because I'm at 915 calories. If I were to use all these breadcrumbs, all the egg, and all the flour, which is unfair because we obviously didn't use it all. These have been in the fridge for an hour to 350. So we're gonna preheat that, guys. Tomato and basil, not just tomato and basil sauce. It says it's 125 grams is 50 calories. We only need 100 grams here, guys. We're gonna heat up 40 calories of the sauce. Once the air fryer is heated, we're gonna put the mozzie sticks in there, spray a little Pam, and then we're gonna try this thing, guys. All right, guys, I'm about to pull this open and put my mozzie sticks in, spray them with my Pam. And he said just spray the Pam so they get a little bit extra golden brown. The mozzie sticks are coming out to like 100, 110-ish calories per mozzie stick. He said check them frequently so they don't explode. And then we're gonna get right to the taste test, guys. Let me start by saying, very impressed with the recipe overall. It's sick because they didn't really stick at all to the air fryer because of that double dredging. Plus, I did a lot better than when I double dredged the McChicken because the mozzie stick, since it is that cheese stick, is easier for it to not fall apart. So they smell amazing. I did everything Nick said. I made my breadcrumbs from scratch, which means I added plain breadcrumbs. I added my salt, garlic powder, pepper, and parsley, and the grated cheese. I'm a little higher on the calories, within 20%. It's a great recipe. Maybe, you know, less breadcrumbs stuck to your mozzie sticks. My mozzie sticks, the actual cheese, were 5 calories higher per stick, but you'll see. I'll put it in the description below. So how many ingredients were in the recipe versus how many I used. Amazing. They're amazing. Garlicky, cheesy, like Parmesan cheese, salty, gooey, delicious. They all stay together so well. Like, that was the most impressive thing. They really stayed together. And yeah, that breading's really good, guys. So I think Nick was calculating 90 calories for mozzie stick, and I'm at like 105-ish, so we're pretty close. So I think it was cheap, it was easy, it's in the air fryer. These were really easy to double bread. 40 calories of sauce, I use low-calorie sauce. Nick, honestly, great recipe, man. They taste amazing, they taste just as good. So I'm calling it about 650 calories because I used quite a bit of Pam. I think we're right in line with our calories. Mine's a little bit higher. It's a great recipe. So of course, the recipe will be down in the description. I'll have put it up throughout the video so you can see it. But thanks again, Nick, for a great recipe. That's gonna wrap it up. Really good, guys. Tastes just as good as normal mozzie sticks. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.